everybody and welcome back to another doo-wop guitar lesson. Yeah, sticking with the doo-wop vibe from last lesson, which was released almost a month ago, I think. It's been a while because I went on another cruise ship adventure with my friend James Sunburst. I had a great time there, and now it's back to work. Yeah, I'm working feverishly on an upcoming James Burton course. It should be out in a couple of weeks on Udemy, and if you don't want to miss this one and all future lessons, then please subscribe to this channel. If you want to have access to exclusive lessons, tabs and gem tracks, then you can join me on Patreon, and the link is in the description below. Yeah? This lesson here is actually a preview of what's coming up in my James Burton course. I show you how to play String Along by Rick Nelson featuring James Burton on lead guitar. String Along was recorded by then Rick Nelson and released by Decca Records on the album For Your Sweet Love. And it follows the standard doo-wop progression here. C, A minor, F, and G. And this is for most of the song, but after the solo he jumps a half step up to C sharp, so you gotta play C sharp, A sharp minor, F sharp, and G sharp. Yeah? And during the verses, James Burton is borrowing from these F-shaped chords to play something like this. I was playing in C now, obviously. So for the first, I think it's 2 or 3 verses he plays in C, and the solo as well. So what he's doing is playing on the G string twice, then once to the B string, and back to the G string. Yeah? And I'm muting the strings a little bit with my right hand. Yeah? Then to A minor, F, and G. And what you could do as well, for F you could use the C shape here. Then you would have to use the D and the G string. Yeah? And then G, the same shape. And of course, after the solo, you got to play everything in C sharp. So it starts here on the 10th fret, G string. Yeah? Got to make sure that you don't mess this one up. The solo on String Along sounds pretty easy, and it's not too difficult, but there's some tricky parts in there. So let's start with the first part. So I pull the B string with my right middle finger, and I hold the 5th fret with my left index. Yeah? And while I pull the B string, I bend up already the G string a full step on the 7th fret. So then I can pick the G string and release. So it sounds like this. I'll pick the G string again, bend up and release, play the 5th fret of the G string, and then 7 on D. Yeah? And the second bending is not quite a full step, yeah? Almost. Something like this. And I mean, I wasn't used to bend the strings like this at all when I started the James Burton course, but yeah, it took me some time to get to the desired point, yeah, of a full step here. So you want to bend up from D to E. Yeah? That was a little too high. That was better. So just to let you know that, yeah, it takes some practicing to get the bending right. Then the next part, you play 7, pull off to 5 on the D string, then 7 and 8 on the A string, then back to the B string, very straightforward. And again I use my middle finger of the right hand, play 6, 8, 10, and 8. Yeah? Then the next part, I slide into the 9th fret of the G string from the 7th coming. Play the B string, slide back, and again to the 9th. Like this. Then the next phrase starts with a B string. So I play the B string, 8th fret, then I slide twice from 7 to 9 on the G string, back to 7, oops, 5, and then the phrase ends on the 7th fret D string. And then I play the phrase that I played before, yeah, with a pull off from 7 to 5 on the D string, and then 7 to 8 on the A string. So let's put everything together we got so far from the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then back to the B string, and you just repeat the whole phrase. And when you repeat it the third time, there's a slight change here. Now you go to the 5th fret after you slide to the 9th fret, play the B string, on A, slide back, from 9 to 7, and then you play 5 on the G string. You do this again. And you end up here on the D string, 7th fret, this whole part. That's a new part. And then there's a variation pretty slick. Pull off from 7 to 5, but then you come back to the D string, 7, and then you play 8 on the A string, and then you play, this is all borrowing the notes here of the F chord, C shape, 5th fret. So you play 6 on the B string, 7 on D, 5 on G, and then again 6 on the B string. Yeah? And with this part before, it sounds like this. Then the last part of the solo is the B string, 8th fret, twice, then the G string, still the 8th fret, E string, then you put your middle finger to the 9th fret B string, play the G string again, and then on the D string 10 to 11. Yeah? And I use my ring finger here to go to the 10th to the 11th fret. So you're going from G or G sharp to C sharp. Yeah, that's when it goes up a half step, and the chord progression is then in C sharp. So you play C sharp to A sharp minor, F sharp, and G sharp. So now let's repeat the whole solo slowly at 100 beats per minute. 1, 2, 3, 4.